are shorts. So this is a myofascial release video, and in this particular video I'll be focusing on the wrist and maybe possibly coming into that forearm space for you as well. So if you've been having some wrist issues, right, maybe you are constantly on the computer, maybe you're using a lot of movement on one hand with the mouse or your keypad, or maybe you've been doing a lot of weight bearing exercises or workouts that require you to kind of load weight onto the wrist this way. For instance, like your planks, or even the chaturangas, right? Or anything else that requires you to do a lot of movement, okay, with the hands, craft work, maybe cooking, gardening, things like that as well, okay? So maybe you're feeling tired, especially towards this area here. So for this particular video, we'll be using the twin balls. Alright, if you don't have the release balls here, you can always get 2 tennis balls and put them in a sock, tie up both the ends so that they don't move around. And then it's an option to have a block. So if you don't have a block, you could get something sturdy like a hard-covered book, alright, that gives you some support. Just be careful if the edges are sharp, especially the corners, using a towel to cover over it. And this is just really optional. If you don't have a block, that's absolutely fine. If you have a few blocks and you like to maybe use a few, because you can stack them up to make it like a little table for you, you can also do that, alright? So the area that we want to be really working into today is really into the extensors and the flexors of the wrist joints here, okay? The side, which run up towards the direction of the forearm space and along the wrist joint itself here too. Okay, so we have a lot of thick ligaments around this area too. So before we begin, we just do a quick check-in for the wrist. Okay, so you can go ahead and extend the arms forward and to the front, and just really simple movements, okay, as you just flex, okay, and bring the palms forwards, and then just flexing and bringing the fingers down. Okay, so a couple of times, moving up and down this way, just to feel, right, how the wrists feel. Then you can go ahead and do some wrist circles, okay. Then noticing how it feels in both directions, okay. Do the circular movement in both directions, maybe, okay, even moving upwards this way. All right, good. So, okay, we'll be using the twin balls, and we can use a block. It's an option to use a block, and I'm going to use the length of the block so that I have a little bit more space. And like I said, you can also stack a couple of blocks if you do have a couple, maybe that feels more comfortable for the body this way. Okay, so you place the balls down onto the block, or you're just using a mat if you don't have blocks. Okay, and then kind of karate chop your arm down into the twin balls here. So the arm really rests and nestles in between that space between the two balls here. And you can keep the fingers really relatively relaxed as we now start to kind of just move the balls up and down this way here. Okay. So making sure that, especially getting towards the direction of the wrist joints, moving up towards the direction of the joints, and maybe you can stay here for a couple of breaths and then just focus on this area here. Okay, so you can do the length of the forearm, and also, okay, once you're done on the side, okay, make sure that you do turn the palm upwards, and then so that you can now work onto the outer side of the arm space here. Okay, so rolling forwards and backwards this way, and again making sure that you do get towards the direction of the joint here as well. And so a couple of times as you roll up and down this way. You can also use the opposite arm if you like to, as a little bit of extra weight, as you lean that weight into it. And then now turning, okay, the palm to face towards the direction of the mat, the ground. And then again, once more, if you like to, you can lean that weight in. Okay, just resting the opposite arm on top, and then just doing that motion, the same motion of rolling forwards and backwards. Okay, so make sure that you get into the direction of towards the direction of the wrist joint here. We have really a lot of ligaments into this space, really thick bands here. So don't worry, again, if you don't have a block, you can always just do it flat on the mat. That's absolutely fine. Alright, so make sure that for each movement, you're doing it for about 15 to 20 breaths. Alright, so 15 to 20 breaths along the side, along the ridge of the bone. Okay, 15 to 20 breaths this way, and then this way as well. Alright, before you move into the other side, if you like to, you can always just do the one side first and then just do a comparison of a check. So you can extend the arms forwards into the front, and then just flexing the wrists, okay, up and down, okay, palms down and palms up, to feel maybe the difference between the right and left sides. Okay, doing that circular movements at the wrist joints as you draw the knuckles inwards and outwards. Okay. Then turning the wrist upwards, and then doing that flexion here this way too. Okay, or you can do both sides and then do the check-in again to get an overall sense and a feel of the release. Okay, so I hope that this video has helped you. Yeah, if you've been feeling any tension, especially a tightness and fatigue in the wrist area here. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one as well. Bye.